Hi folks and welcome, I am Scott's Dragon and this is my top 10 Ark farming dinos. Okay, so no particular order, we'll just do from 1 to 10 because they're all very good at what they do. Let's get started. Right, we'll go this one first. Right, this is the anglerfish. You see, you don't need a saddle. It's quite rapid in the water as well, which is good. It is an amazing silica pearl harvester. If you can find some silica pearls, I'll certainly show you. Okay, try and avoid the megalodons. And we are still on GCN for this, if anybody's wondering. I think there we go, there's some there. So let's just right click once you come to near the pearls and it will harvest them up. Can be a wee bit tricky to manoeuvre, but there we are. Loads of silica pearls. Okay, now we're on to number 2. Let's see what this beast does. It's not the quickest in the water, but he has got quite a bite on him. This is the Dunkleosteus, or commonly known as the donkey. It is a crystal and oil gatherer from underwater oil nodes and crystal nodes, which we've got an oil node here, which is one of the best for gathering oil as well. Let's have a wee look and see what you got. There we go, 300, near enough 400 for that. Small. There we are. So we've got 2 amazing collectors so far. One for silica pearls, one for oil and crystal. Right, let's go to number 3 now, which is the Therazinosaur. He is an absolute monster at gathering wood, thatch, fibre, hide, berries, you name it. He is a good all-rounder. And also one of my favourite tames in the game. It's a long tame, but yes. He's also one of the favourites. As I say, he's lots of wood, lots of fibre, berries, and also one of the original methods for defeating the dragon boss. Now I think the method is of the Desecrus and Magma Saws, I think is the method now for the dragon. But there we are, all the varied berries, fibre. He's just a good all-rounder, full stop. So he's number 3 on the list. It doesn't mean he's not my favourite because he's down at number 3, it's just they're all very good. So, there it is. The Therazinosaurus. Okay, for number 4 we've had to change location to the gulch just outside the swamps, where is one of my favourite base locations. So we pop back here now with the Beelzebuffu to try and see if we can find some insects. He is a great collecting ability, as if you eat insects, there we go, man, he will convert them into cement paste, which, so anyway, as we say, we're after dragonflies and bugs, so there we are. Okay, there we are there. We managed to eat some bugs in between getting attacked by Dimorphodons, and chitin as well. 2 of its collecting properties. So there we have it, number 4, the Beelzebuffu. An amazing cement paste and keratin gatherer. Okay, we've changed location for number 5, which is the faithful Morse chops, the best organic polymer gatherer in the game. Also, a very, very good early game tame, due to its ability to collect fibre, berries, meat and hide, thatch and wood as well. Not very much, but it does a wee bit of thatch and wood. But more so now is his best is for organic polymer. You can get him to actually increase with his harvesting levels. You can get him to collect even more. Just pop that one up there now. I love that when it levels up. Just reminds me of a big dog. Right, so we'll put that into organic polymer. There we are. He's got varied collecting abilities, from leech blood to sap, to rare flowers, raw prime meat, raw fish, but the best one is organic polymer. So number 5 is the faithful Morse chops. Okay, so on to number 6 now. This brings us to Casteroids, or the beaver. Right, this is another good swimming one. It is also very good for berries, and obviously he's a beaver, so he is great at wood. He also gets a reduction in the weight of wood, I'm sure. Unless he eats too much. Yes, he does. He has a reduction in the weight of wood. But as you see there, loads of wood, a wee bit of thatch, and not as many berries as the Therazinosaur, but still a very substantial and good berry collector as well. Also, if I'm correct in believing so, yes he is, he has a smithy on his saddle as well. So like the RJ saddle, you can actually smith items when you're out and about. And there he is. He's quite fun. But yes, number 6 goes to Casteroids. Okay, we've had the Casteroids there at number 6. Now we have number 7, which is the Desecrus. So, the Desecrus actually just no longer got an upgrade, which is good, because when now you roll, once we get onto some land, when you roll, you can now actually steer them about, where before he would only go in a straight line. So, that's a big improvement to him, which is quite cool. Also, he is the best stone collector in the game, as we'll just see once he stops spinning. There we go, and he also gets a reduction in the weight of stone, down to 12.5 per 100, which is fantastic. And you can really stock up on stone well. Another essential tame when you're evolving through the stages of building, when you come to the stone parts, you can never have enough stone with him. Yes, that's the Desecrus. Okay, that brings us to number 8 now. One of my favourite tames, the Akylosaurus. Let's take him for a spin. He does travel well in water, mind you. He actually travels a bit quicker than he does on land. Right, so the Akylosaurus is amazing for getting flint and metal, obsidian, and his fair share of stone. He also collects a bit of wood and a bit of thatch, so basically he collects a bit of everything. He does crystal as well. All these stones. There we go. Okay, so there we are. We have tons of that flint. Sorry, metal just from these stones. Berries, stone. Also a full range of berries as well. And if you hit a tree, it'll give you more thatch to wood. So if you're looking for an early reasonable thatch gather, then the Anky can do that as well. It's a small amount of wood through these stones, and also a good berry collector, but more so renowned for getting plenty of metal, because he can be carried under an RJ when he's fully loaded, and with him having the weight reduction on the metal. He is a great metal harvester, and also transporting under an RJ as well, which is good, because you can load the RJ as well if you have a weight RJ. Okay, so that brings number 8, the Akylosaurus. Okay, so we're up to number 9 now, and this has got to be one of the biggest out of the teams that are here. Obviously, it's the Brontosaurus. You don't need to be scared of heights if you're riding in this thing. Okay, you get a good view. Right, he is quite noisy, so once I get to a wee bit, then I will stop moving. Okay, so harvesting the Bronto will harvest wood, thatch, and full range of berries, seeds, rare flowers, plant species. And he does it with ease. He also has a high weight capacity usually for being able to carry. You do get a good bit of thatch and a reasonable bit of wood, so it does make him a good all-rounder. But more so as being the #1 berry gatherer. Which, as you see, if you're making narcotics, then a few swaps of his tail and you've got a few hundred berries, so yeah. He's not the quickest, but in swamps he's one of the safest, because you will not get demounted, you won't get leeched, and so you'll be safe for swamp fever if you're in a swamp with a Bronto. Which, that makes him number 9 in my favourite list for harvesting. Okay, so here we are at number 10, our final harvesting tame, which is the Magma Saw. He's a bit of a brute, but fucking get onto him. His design is absolutely great. He's very quick. He's like a new improved Anki, which wood he gathers, he eats stone, he gathers obsidian, crystal, metal, and he has another trait, which is, if I can just jump out, he's got this great wee cabin as a saddle, which is absolutely amazing. It's really, really cool. Right, so what we got? There we go, enable smelting. Okay. So you can see him now, he's actually blown fire from all these wee bits and pieces, these wee tubes, which you can now, well, you can't move at the moment, I don't know, oh, I'm overcumbered. Oh, I think I'll clear that. And there you have it, he's already started smelting the metal that you're harvesting. So, it does take a wee bit longer to smelt, but you can carry on your harvesting while you're smelting metal. I think as well, he eats the stone, so he also eats raw meat. When he's smelting metal, he eats quite a lot. But yeah, he is, as some say, he is the new improved Akylosaurus. He's someone else to look at. And as for harvesting, there's none better at the moment. Not for metal, not for crystal, obsidian. Oops, wrong button. That's great. And you can just leave them on if he's fully loaded, you can leave him at your base, let him smelt away metal as well as your forge's been full, as he's got weight reduction on the metal as well. I think it's only the metal he's got weight reduction on. Or does he? No. I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway. Right, we'll stop him smelting now, because we need to try and move a bit quicker. Disable smelting. And there he is. And what else we got? Harvesting settings. Oh no. There we are, so... Oh yeah, he's cooking meat as well. I thought he cooked the meat as well. When you're smelting metal, he cooks the meat. So he's like a cooker and a forge all in one as well. I'll just unload some of this stone. As you see, he is phenomenal at gathering wood, stone, metal. So this is why, and plus he looks absolutely awesome. This is why he's number one on my gathering list. He might not be able to be carried under an RG, but he does make up his weight. He can fill RGs very quickly with the amount he gathers. And that's number one on my farming collection. I hope all the information I've given you is useful, and I know I'll keep using these teams for as long as I'm playing Ark. Well, we've got a wee friend here that's been sitting all the episode, and he's one that does need a mention when you're farming crops, and that's the dung beetle. He eats feces and he makes fertilizer. He is absolutely amazing at what he does. If you've ever had to sit and make fertilizer in compost bins, then you'll know that he deserves a mention. Which, that's the dung beetle. It's a great help in your farming and when you're farming crops. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope this has been interesting for you, and you've got a wee bit more insight into some of the teams. And if you liked the video, drop us a like, a subscribe. Come back for more in the next episode. Thanks for watching.